Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another episode of the Year of Cooking Canuck, and I'm especially grateful that you're here with me today, because today on the Year of Cooking Canuck I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before. So this is a special episode. Today on our segment of Memories of Macedonia, I'm going to be doing a bit of a mix-up. That's because I've gone ahead and collaborated with Kendall Lawrence over at Head Chef Mom. And Kendall is from the southern U.S., hence why I'm wearing my Dukes of Hazzard shirt, y'all. And of course, my background is Macedonian. So Kendall and I have decided to do a collaboration. What we're going to do is we're both using the same protein, which is chicken, and the same two vegetables, which are potatoes and cabbage. What I'm going to be doing is a buttermilk southern fried chicken, y'all, with homemade coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and white country gravy. There'll be some biscuits on the side. Kendall's going to do pileshkorulo with her chicken, and with her potatoes, she's going to be doing a Macedonian roast potato, and with her cabbage mixed with sauerkraut and kielbasa. It's going to be awesome. So guys, I'm so glad that you're here with me. Kendall's link to her channel will be right here, and let's get in my kitchen. I'm so excited, and it's a Macedonian doing southern food, y'all. Come on, let's go. Hey friends, welcome to the kitchen countertop. The first thing I want to do is to get our chicken prepped because it has to marinate. Obviously, this is better marinated overnight, but if you have a few hours, that'll suffice. So what I have in my bowl here are chicken legs, which I've washed with some vinegar and water and just really washed it well. Guys, I'm using drumsticks. You can use anything you want. Quarters, thighs, legs, wings, breasts, it's up to you. But I'm going ahead because I like, with fried chicken anyways, I prefer the drums. So that's what I'm doing. But you do what you want. Guys, what I have here is some buttermilk. I'm going to pour the buttermilk over the chicken. And I'm simply gonna just let this go in the fridge and marinate. And that's it. And then I'll bring you back to our next gang. So what I've gone ahead and done now is I've peeled and washed some potatoes. And I'm just cutting them into uniform pieces and putting them in a pot of water. Now, I'm not going to tell you how many potatoes to make for your mashed potatoes. You make as much as you or your family likes. I have this water in here now just to stop them from oxidizing. Before I cook them, I will dump this water out, put in fresh cold water, bring these to a boil until they're soft, and then I'm going to go ahead and make mashed potatoes. Hey gang, right, welcome back. So what I have started now is my cabbage for my coleslaw. I have a half a head of cabbage, which I've taken the outer layers off, washed, and then I've cut into quarters and then got rid of the core. What I've gone ahead and done is use my box grater with the big blade side, and I've just put it on top of my bowl and simply watch your fingers and knuckles. Gone down the cabbage as so. I'm doing it with my left hand, so there we go. And get some nice grates. I'm going to continue the rest of this piece, but you can see it comes out really, really nice. If you have a mandolin, go ahead, or you can do this by hand. Be my guest. I'm going to start on my carrots. I have a few carrots. I got ahead and washed and peeled these. And then what I have is, it's kind of like a peeler, but it has teeth on the end. And that'll make nice little strips, as you can see here. Again, guys, you can buy this in a bag shredded, or, I mean, if your knife skills are really fantastic, matchstick these on your own, but we'll see you tomorrow. Right, so I'm going to continue with my cabbage and my carrots. You've seen how I've done it. If all else fails, guys, you can buy a shredded bag of coleslaw mix. And I'll bring you back and show you what I do to this. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've gone ahead and put my shredded cabbage and carrots in a larger bowl to mix. I ended up using 2 large carrots. I think that's sufficient. What I have here is almost a cup of mayonnaise. I usually make my own. It's 1 egg to a cup of oil, a dash of salt and pepper, and a little bit of mustard, and you blend it. So I'm not huge on really a lot of mayonnaise, but I'm going to go with that. To which I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And guys, it has to be apple cider vinegar on this. And then just a scant pinch or so of mustard powder. Not too much, because what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add just a little bit of Dijon mustard, about a teaspoon. Okay, use good Dijon. Now guys, instead of sugar, somebody gave me this trick and I think it's amazing. I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup, just a bit. You're going to taste this, and if you need to add anything, go ahead. I'm going to put some cracked sea salt. And some freshly ground black pepper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up, have a taste, put it in its serving bowl, and let it go in the fridge until it's time to eat. And I'll show you the coleslaw when it's all done. Welcome back. My country style coleslaw is done. And believe it or not, I didn't have to add a thing to it. Honestly, it's perfect. As I said, I don't like mine overly mayonnaise-y. Mine is perfectly creamy to my texture and to what I like. If you like a little more mayo, go ahead and add some more mayo. Some people may want to add a bit of sour cream. By all means, go ahead and do that too. Some people may even want to add a little dollop of yogurt. That's up to you. But this is how I'm doing mine, and this is the recipe I'm showing you guys. And it's all done. I'm going to chill this out in the fridge. Guys, my mashed potatoes are done, and they're creamy and yum. I'm going to put a lid on it, keep them warm. Hey gang, so our chicken in the buttermilk is marinating still in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and now make the flour dredge. I have some flour in the bowl, and all of the amounts will be in the description box below. I have just a little bit of baking powder in there. And now for my spices. I have salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, garlic granules, onion powder, and paprika. Again, all the amounts will be below. I'm going to go ahead, give this a mix. This is the only time we're going to be able to season our chicken, and it's in the dredge. So everything's in, and I'll bring you back and show you what I do next. Alright gang, it's time to dredge our chicken. What I did is I actually added a few drops of Frank's Red Hot sauce in here because I just love it and I want to kick to my chicken. You don't have to, it's up to you. Why do we marinate southern chicken or any fried chicken in buttermilk? It breaks down the cells. It makes it for a really tender, moist chicken inside, and it adds flavor. So I have all my chicken marinating here. In the background, I have a large, deep skillet with some vegetable oil and a chunk of lard for good measure. The lard is, I think, more traditional, and that's why I've added it in. Over here, I have a rack on some paper towel. The reason being is because once we dredge our chicken, we're going to do it twice, and it needs to sit on something so it doesn't get gooky on the bottom. So I have my flour dredge here, which smells awesome. There's a few chunks of paprika that didn't break up, but that's fine. I've been working at it. So, without further ado, first thing we're going to do is grab a piece of our chicken straight from the marinade, and there's really no need to pat this dry. So straight from the marinade and into our flour mixture. Using a dry hand, go ahead, coat the chicken first, then you can toss it around, and you're going to take it out and place it on your rack. You want to have these sit about 15 minutes for that flour to start sticking to the chicken. So we'll do one more. And make sure that marinade's in all the nooks and crannies, under the skin, everywhere. Into the dredge. Dry hand. Give it a toss and onto the rack. Guys, I'm going to continue with this. You've seen how I've done it. And then I'm going to, once this sits for 15 minutes, I'm going to do the whole process again. I'm going to stick it back into the buttermilk marinade and back into the flour, and then they'll be ready to fry. We'll be right back. Alright guys, back real quick just to show you 15 minutes later. The chicken looks kind of pale and white, and that's because the flour has really sticking to the chicken, has stuck to the chicken, and that's exactly what we want. So, at this point in time, I'm just going to show you a couple. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Whoop! It's alright. I'm going to take one of our chicken, I'm going to put it back into the marinade, back into our dredge, which you can notice is not gloopy because I used my dry hand. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Dredge it and put it back on the rack. In the background, guys, I have my oil heating up. So I'm going to do these. By that time, the oil should be hot, and then we'll get frying. So it's continuing with this. Dredging with a dry hand. And this is going to make a really nice crust, guys. Alright, so we'll just see you in a bit when it's time to fry them up. Guys, my oil is heating up. And when I put a chopstick in, it sizzles. So, I'd also test it with a drop of water. So I know it's ready. Now, it should be about 350 degrees. However, you don't want it to overcook. It should sound like rain, if that makes any sense to you. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting in our chicken. And you want to keep an eye on this, guys. You do not move from the stove. The oil temperature will drop a bit as you put the chicken in. And these are going to be turned, and you're going to want to cook these for about 15 minutes or so until the inside is cooked completely. And I'll show you what that looks like when they're done. Okay guys, I hope you can hear me. Look at this beautiful fried chicken. That is beautiful. Oh yeah. Perfectly cooked. So what I'm going to do now is I have another rack which I'm going to put these chicken on, and I'm going to let them rest while I do the rest of them. And then I'll bring you back and show you the last element. Hey gang, we're down to the last element of our southern dish, and thank you for sticking in with me. I know it's been a while. What I got in here is, in my frying pan, I have 3 tablespoons of the oil that we fried our chicken in. Now we're going to make it a gravy. So what I'm going to do, this is a white gravy, guys. So what I'm going to do is add equal amounts of flour. And guys, don't use the flour that you dredge the chicken in, because your gravy will not turn out white. Alright, so that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a bit of a stir. And we're making a roux. You guys have seen this a gazillion times on YouTube, I'm sure, or in your own kitchen. And what you want to do, again, is just cook off the raw flour. And get that going. Guys, Kendall told me about this white gravy, and I actually looked it up, and it just looked amazing. You can make this, she told me, with pork sausage if you want. But you know what? We got our chicken, we got our potatoes. I think it's good enough. Right, so now my flour is cooking off, and it's getting like a nice beige color. So what I'm going to do is slowly start adding in some milk. Let's turn down my stove a bit. You're going to want to keep adjusting your milk level to get the consistency of the gravy that you want. Now, from what I see, it's kind of a not completely thick gravy, but it is not watery either. So I'm going to add some more milk. And then I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to season this with some salt. Ground sea salt. And I'll taste it after and add more if I need. So, go easy in the beginning, but you know, flour is, well, bland. And then some freshly ground black pepper, and from what I hear, pepper is kind of imperative in this white gravy. So I'm going to give myself a good helping. And I love pepper anyway. Guys, to your taste, as usual. Now, I don't know if it's completely traditional, but I did see a couple of videos where they added some garlic granules or garlic powder. I'm just going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon. Not much at all. To which time I'm going to go ahead and switch to my whisk. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this. I'm going to add some milk as I need, and I will bring you back when this turns in to the country white gravy that I'm looking for. Alright gang, my gravy is looking good, and you should always err on the side of caution when making gravy, because it will thicken as it stands. So if it looks too watery for you, remember it will thicken. Now I've tasted this, and whew, my gosh, guys, it so reminds me of going to Tennessee to see my friends. This gravy, dare I say, it almost tastes like a KFC gravy, but without that gray looking color. It's beautiful. Guys, my gravy is done. I'm going to plate up. I want to eat, and I'll show you when it's all put together. Hey guys, my southern meal's done. OMG. The chicken is absolutely crunchy and fabulous. mashed potatoes, creamy, coleslaw, perfect, and this gravy, guys, honestly, I can seriously swim in it. So, all I need to do now is to top some of our white country gravy on top. I'm going to put it on my potatoes and a drizzle on my chicken. Oh yeah, baby. And guys, I want to thank you so much for sticking through this video and watching the Euro Cooking Canuck. And I want to thank Kendall Lawrence with all my heart for this collaboration. I had a really good time. Guys, the link to Kendall's video will be in the description bar below. I want you to check her out and check out her channel. Give her some likes, give her some love, give her some subscriptions. And guys, same goes for me. Give me a thumbs up. Love you. And I hope you really enjoyed this collaboration as much as I did. There'll be a few pics at the end. Guys, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening where you are. Ciao for now.